Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa, and today I'm going to talk about the fistula that I had put in my arm to treat my CKD, which is chronic kidney disease. I did dye my hair, so that's why I look a little bit different. I'm back to my natural hair color. That blonde hair was just not me. It wasn't. I didn't know who she was. Anyways, it's been about 2 months since I last updated you guys, and this is my fistula here. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. Kind of a little bit. Anyways, that's my fistula there. And I had that put in so that I can get rid of the catheter that I have here in my chest. You can't really see it that well, but it's there. And I had that put in back in May of this year, of 2020. And that was to begin dialysis treatments because I did kind of rapidly grow a 40-pound edema. So my regular weight, which was about 150, and I was carrying about 40 extra pounds of fluid that my kidneys unfortunately were not getting rid of. So to start the process, I had this catheter put in my chest. And it's more of a temporary solution, although I did read today on my donor recipient group on Facebook that this one gentleman had it for 2 years, and I'm just like, what? You had that for 2 years? Like, I cannot tell you like how anxious and how excited I am to finally have this piece of shit pulled out of me. Like, I hate this thing. I'm so grateful for it and like what it did for me, being that I was so miserable with that extra 40 pounds, but I hate it. Like, I honestly hate it. Like, I wouldn't take it back. I wouldn't like choose not to do it, but I hate it. Okay. And actually, now that I'm saying that, it's not that I wouldn't not do it, but I mean, for wishing for things, like I wish I would have started this whole process a year earlier when I found out that I had chronic kidney disease, but that's neither here nor there. The thing about it is, I'm glad to have it gone. I'm not going to miss it. I'm glad that there's, other alternatives such as your arm, because this way I will still be able to go to dialysis treatments, but I will no longer have to watch that I don't get this wet. So what that means is I can take a shower, I can go swimming, I can go to the beach, I can wash my hair myself, I can, wash my hair as I bathe and whatnot, and just really exciting, and can't wait for that almost as much as I can't wait for a new kidney. So I'm really looking forward to that. So in about a week or so, it's my understanding that they will run one line in my arm and then run one line in my chest to make sure that, it's working, but, test it out. And then after that, they'll run 2 lines in my arm. Then the next time they'll run 2 lines in my arm. And when I say lines, the way that they use the fistula, it's kind of like an IV. So they'll do like 2 IVs, and they'll start with small needles, and then they'll gradually work their way up to larger needles so that it can clean the right amount of blood that it's supposed to. So I'm really excited for that. And I am kind of a little freaked out and kind of nervous about the fact that it is a needle. Not needles. It's not that they don't bother me. I'm used to, being pricked and prodded and all those kind of things, for different medical reasons. But this is going to be straight 3 times a week. Like, the most I've done is once a week, going to get blood tests and whatnot. But they do offer a lidocaine cream or spray for dialysis patients because, we have to have this done 3 times a week, pretty often. So our arms can hurt and veins can, be upset and whatnot. So I do have that numbing cream, so hopefully that works. And I'm nervous, but I'm excited, because I've already, made it this far. So another thing I really want to talk about, I really want to stress, something I've learned quite a lot in the last few weeks is advocating for yourself. You absolutely have to advocate for yourself, okay? Especially in this journey, especially in any aspect of your life, but I've learned that most especially doing this. Like, I've kind of always stuck up for myself and kind of said what I felt like needed to be said and whatnot, but it's my observation because of the people I do see at dialysis and the way that I'm spoken to or the way that I'm treated is that a lot of people on this journey are more than content to just go by somebody else's timeline. And that's fine. We had somebody at my dialysis center that had been going there for 17 years. Not because there wasn't any kidneys, but she just didn't want to have the transplant. And, that's her own, thought process, her choice. And, for whatever reason, transplant in and of itself is a big thing, a huge thing. Like, it is a complete lifestyle change, because it is a chance at life again. So, but I found that a lot of people, they'll sort of have the attitude that, ma'am, we're going to get you the kidney when the kidney comes in. Like, can you just wait? Like, that's how I kind of feel about it. Like, have you ever ordered something at Target, let's say, and then like, okay, well, we're out of it, and you're like, well, when are you going to get it? Ma'am, we'll get it when we get it. Okay, well, that's how I kind of feel about it, I mean, and I know I'm not the only patient that needs a kidney and whatnot, but I am the only me, and what I've learned is that if I don't speak up for me, no one else can speak up for me. Like, I'm not a minor. Like, no one can push me forward for the things that I need, and except for me, I have to do it. I have to constantly call and stay on top of them. Like, did you call the insurance? Did they call back? Did they say this? Did they say that? Did the testing start? When are we going to schedule the testing? All those things. And, I mean, you should always be on top of, anything that matters to you, anything that's important, yes. But in these cases, like, it does pay to be somewhat aggressive, somewhat pushy, maybe you might say. But you have to, stand up for yourself. And if, Leslie is saying this is the way that it is, well, let's write down Leslie's name and the time we talked to her and the date and what exactly she said, and let's have an email thread going, and let's have a text chain going, because we need proof that this is what she said, that this is the way that it is, And, oh, okay, that's what they told you? Okay, well, let me call and confirm with them and make sure that that is what they said, And because it has come to happen that, someone will say, well, so-and-so said this, and yeah, it may very well be true, but then I talked to someone else and they said something completely different, So it's really important that you give a damn about yourself and that you show that, you are sticking up for you, like, you matter to you. And, I hear what you're saying, but there's got to be, something sooner, something closer, like, I mean, I started this in May, like, dialysis and everything, I started in May. So I want to say, like, I started, like, the journey to get the new kidney in May, and we're in August, almost September. So, I mean, a lot of people have not even been presented to the board in my timeline. So, I give myself a pat on the back for that, and I give myself a pat for, like, staying on top of everyone and making sure that they're doing what they say they're doing. And it's not that they're incapable, but, I mean, they are overloaded and whatnot, but if you let yourself slip through the crack, you are going to slip through the cracks, So I just want to encourage all of you to please stand up for yourself, to please don't just take what people say and that's that. Like, like, if you feel like something is wrong, something is not right, well, then it probably isn't, and you should definitely move forward with that, with, your own conclusions and whatnot. And just because it takes, person over here 2 years to get a new kidney doesn't mean it should take you 2 years to get a new kidney, like, especially if you have living donors, and that's it. That's all I really had to say about that. So I will make another video updating how it went with my fistula. So please wish me luck. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. I am going to attach my GoFundMe if you do feel so inclined as to donate to it, which I would be ever so grateful for your help, because it is going to be hard once, God willing, I get my new kidney, going back to work and trying to live a somewhat normal life. So, you know, if you feel so inclined or if you would like to share, that'd be great too. I'm going to link the rest of my social media if you want to connect. And don't be afraid to give me a shout. So, thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Be kind, everyone. And stay safe. Bye.